A lot of people fear trading gold on the 1 minute time frame, but then what I realized is trading gold on 1 minute time frame is usually golden. Okay, so today's video I just want to show you how powerful 1 minute time frame is. Because back then I used to trade gold on 1 hour, 4 hour, but I realized because of gold pips, 1 hour candlestick on gold can go up to even more than 100 pips. So that means your stop loss is going to be huge, right? So even 5 minutes candlestick is always huge, 15 minutes is always huge. But then I realized that 1 minute, guys, when you go to 1 minute, gold usually give 15 pips stop loss, 20 pips, 30 pips, which are, to me is very manageable and reasonable. Okay, so today I want to show you how I do analyze my trades on a gold and how I execute on the 1 minute. So this is going to be powerful. Whether you're trading ICT, I'm going to incorporate that. I'm going to explain whether you're trading demand and supply, I'm going to show that whether you're trading order blocks, whether you're trading trend line. I'm a trend follower, but then I'm going to combine everything so that you guys can also see how easy and amazing and peacefully trading gold on the 1 minute. I know most people are always saying, when you go to the internet, people say, oh, 1 minute is full of noise and blah blah blah. But then no worries, guys. I'm going to show you that what I realized that is when you have a system, a back-tested system, proven system that works, guys, when you go to the 1 minute, you just look for that system. If you're looking for double top, that is what you look at, the 1 minute, right? So real quick, how do I start my analysis on gold if I want to trade based on this 1 minute time frame? So first things first, you need to understand the direction of the market. You need to understand, okay, where are we? Those are the questions that you need to ask yourself. What is price doing? Which level is price cruising at? Okay, which might be the next level that the market might target, because that is very important. In fact, having a level or a key level that you've seen and mark that, okay, this is a very important level that the market might want to target, that is going to give you a direction. Very easy. Okay, so for instance, when you look at this market right here, now this is now from H4, all right? So our last zone, or our let me just mark this zone here, that was our last zone right there, and then this was our highest zone right there. Okay, so that is what we have. So that is now called a demand and supply zone. Okay, so over here this is a supply zone, and over here is our demand zone. So having that in mind already tells us, now this is just based on 4 hours, having that in mind already tells us that gold has a possibility to go back to retest that supply, because looking at that supply, now let's bring in order block. Yeah, zooming in right here, where did price start falling from? Right here we have this zone as an order block. All right, so we see that already price almost at the order block, right? So we have selling pressure might be there, right? So that is also something we need to put into consideration. Correct. Now having that, now we go to let's just head over to 15 minutes now, from 4 hours 15 minutes, because H4 we just wanted to see those key levels. Correct. Right, now from the 15 minutes over here, what do we see? Now based on the 15 minutes already, because I'm a trend follower, I've already seen something amazing, guys. I trade third touch, first touch, second touch, and the third. On the third touch, that's where I execute. Correct. Now based on this already, price is creating something amazing. Let me just zoom in for you guys. You guys can see we have a higher low right there, high, higher low, high, higher low. And I do say, understand how price approaches your key level. We've had our order blocks, right? We still anticipate that gold might go back to retest that supply zone. Correct. Now all we need to do is just understand. Simple. Correct. Now what do I mean by understand? I'm a trend follower, guys, and I look for continuation. Right, we have so many continuation patterns. We have flag, we have I think wages, we have symmetrical, probably we have flag. Do your homework, babypips.com, free, go learn right there. But to me, I usually look for flag. That's just my secret. I just give you a secret, guys. I usually look for flags. If I don't see flag, I'm not taking that trade. If it's a symmetrical triangle, yes, I know it is just a continuation. I'm not taking that trade. If it's a wedge, falling wedge, rising wedge, it might be a reversal or continuation, yeah, but I won't take it even if price will just go to my direction. No, I just stick to the flag, right? Because that is what I back tested and that is what I always use. Correct. Now let's continue. So over here I already seen my flag. All right, so let's bring in, remember we're still at the 15, right? So this is a flag right there, first touch, second touch, and the third. So I'll correct this right there. Why am I correcting? I just want to make sure that, you know, all my trends touch the wicks, not the body of the candlestick. No, I need to make sure that my trends pass through the wicks, not body, because those wicks that you're seeing on the 15-minute time frame, now when you go to 1 minute or even 5, those are full bodied candlestick. If you're seeing your wicks on a 4-hour, go to lower time frame, those are full body candlestick, right? So let's continue now. You see, if I bring in my trend line, even if I start from here, first touch, second touch, on the third, right there. So already you see, guys, we have first touch, second touch. Now we are almost approaching the third touch, but then I always say sometimes the market won't even go and hit your third touch, right? As long as I've seen the market has pulled back or retraced at least 50%, and then I've given you my entry confirmation, that is when I go in for my entry. That is when I take my entry, right? So now this is based on 15 minutes. From 15 minutes, guys, let's go to 1 minute, because that is where we're looking for our entry, correct? 1, bang, good. Now I don't need this trend because I understand what price is doing, so I can delete this. Can also delete that order block, right? So now when we look at 1 minute right here, you see we still need to do some adjustment over here. Make sure that our wicks touches the body. I mean the trend line touches the body, the wicks, sorry, what am I talking about? Right there. Right, so this is when you can, you know, use your fib tool, that is, if you like, or basically you can just see manually, the market has pulled back at least 50%. But then let me bring in fib for you guys over here. Then let's see retracement. Boom, price has hit 50%, gang. Price has hit 50%, right? So what's left? What's left? You know how I trade, gang. I must make sure that this market, or you know what price is doing right now, she's in a downtrend. Yes, we understand that. You know, one thing amazing is, yes, we've seen that 1 minute the market's moving down. We don't want anything to do with that. We don't have any issues. But now on the H4 15 or 1 hour, we understand that this market has the potential of going back, right, to retest that supply, because that is where money is. That is where, you know, before the market fell, that is, you know, most stop loss are there. So that is, you know, I believe that's why they call it order blocks. You know, if this is the resistance right here, and then you saw the market fell, the reason, I mean, when the market fell, it means most sellers or most buyers were there. So guess what? They have stop loss right there. That is where money is, stop loss, right? So that is where the market is going. Price wants to go back to see whether it can go back and take their money, hit the stop loss. But then if it goes back and maybe reaches our supply zone, then the bear says, no, you won't take our stop loss. Then guess what? Bears will say, no, we are taking you down where you came from. Why? Because below right there at the demon, we have bull stop loss. So bears will, you know, try to go back to take a bull stop loss. So, you know, there's that fight. I don't know if you guys are understanding me. Yeah. So there's that fight. Correct. Good. Now let's continue. What do we need, or what are we looking for to go in? Right. So basically, like I said, guys, if you look at what price is doing over here at the 1 minute, right now, the market is still in a downtrend. But then that downtrend, to me, I understand that that is now a flag. What does flag tells me? Flag tells me that that's just a continuation, and it's a bullish flag. So bullish flag tells me get ready to join, right? Because, you know, maybe price, oh, you missed this entry right here. Let me show you. I missed this entry right here because I'm just studying this analysis. I missed this entry over here. So that just tells me, oh, price is giving me another chance to go in for a buy, because generally we are going up, right? So what am I waiting for? I want to see price starting to trade outside this downtrend right there, right? So what happens is once I see price breaking out of here or breaking out of that downtrend, then boom, that's when I'm looking for my last confirmation, guys. That is always very important, because if I don't see that last confirmation again, I won't take that trade. Even if I see price has given me everything that I need, price has given me all the confidence, but my last confirmation is usually important, because if price doesn't give me that last confirmation, and then I just take that trade. So that's when you see, oh, price, try to go to your favor, then now go back and hit your stop loss, right? So to me, I always look for that last confirmation, because why? The moment price has given me my last confirmation, and then I take that entry, even if I see the market going to my favor, then reverses on me, comes back and hits my stop loss, I'm always okay, because at the end of the day, I know I follow my rules. I never miss anything. I never change the trade, and I always call that a very good stop loss, decent stop loss, right? So sticking to that, right? So if you were looking for double tops, let's say that's your last confirmation, right? And prices, okay, now you're looking for buys. You're looking for double bottom, and prices not giving you double bottom, but then it starts going up. Let it go, right? Because price will still give you another opportunity, right? And if you're looking for, let's say, engulfing candlestick, price is not giving you an engulfing candlestick, price is gone. If you're looking for a hammer, price is not giving you a hammer, let it go, right? So is it evening star? You're looking for your evening star, morning star, price are not giving you those confirmation. Let's say those are just your last confirmation, those are just examples, right? Let it go, right? So yeah, that is all is left. Now let's talk about ICT, right, or SMC, whichever. So when you've analyzed, or once you've done your analysis right there, you guys know how do you do analysis. I know you don't use your trends probably. Let me just remove that. So probably ICT will do this. Maybe mark that level right there, wait for liquidity to be grabbed, something like this, correct? And that is when you go in. You know how you trade your ICT, you know how you trade your SMC, but for me, I won't take entry over here, because why? Price has not yet broken out of this. Let's just bring in that right there. Price has not yet broken out of that trend line, but then now this is how I'd advise those who trade ICT. Let's say you're waiting for price to come back and grab liquidity, then you take your entry. Guess what? The market is still in a downtrend. It might go up a little bit, then boom, stops you, right? So my advice will be, wait for the market to break out of this trend line, this downtrend, okay? Something like this. Once it breaks, guess what? Maybe you can mark your joints and look for your fair value gaps. You know how you trade, you know those terms, because you guys are full of terms. Fair value gaps, point of interest, what you have fair value gap, point of interest, you have liquidity grab. Yo, those terms are so many, I don't even understand them, but then I just look at the market basically, and I just react to what the market's telling me, not too many times, right? So yeah, if you want to learn more about entry on gold, I'll be leaving a playlist over here showing you real trades that have played out based on this strategy, 1 minute strategy, and you guys can follow along. So until next time, amigos, adios.